So Elon Musk and Donald Trump, as you know, are teaming up to save America. They want to make sure you're all rich and that everyone has a job. Lately, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang has also jumped on the Trump train, and he gives some details of his plan along with Elon Musk. Let's have a watch at this.
I would say the first use case will probably be in manufacturing. There's estimates tens, if not 100 million jobs that are workers the world is short of workers, and aging population, declining birth rates, and so I think the world needs a lot more workers. Robotics is one of the best ways for us to supplement all of that and help companies recover the lost revenues on the one hand and drive productivity, which reduces inflation for the world on the other hand. And so I think robotics is going to be very important to that. In different areas, you could have probably deploy into manufacturing first because they obviously need it most.
Which is a ginormous potential market, addressable market.
It's a $50 trillion industry that wants to grow.
Okay, so he's claiming $50 trillion industry that wants to grow. We're talking about robotics. Kakis Maximus, which is Elon Musk's new name, I guess, on Twitter. He tweeted this out on May 19th, right? And basically, they're partnering up. You got NVIDIA pumping up this stuff, Elon Musk pumping up this stuff, and that's who Trump is partnering with. Again, it's robotics, and they're claiming they don't have enough workers. And it is obviously a contradiction to what Trump has been promising you, that you're going to get all your factory jobs back. These guys basically, again, want to replace you with robots. I just want to make sure it's clear because not enough people call this stuff out. This is the headlines of the article here. NVIDIA's flattery of Trump wins reversal of AI chip limits and Huawei clampdown. So you can see Jensen Huang on the right. There's lots of Saudi people in the picture and other finance and tech bros. This is a picture of Elon Musk and Jensen Huang hang out in Saudi again. We're all kissing up to the Saudis. And remember, Trump was promising you trillions and trillions of Saudi money, Middle Eastern money, I guess, is going to make you all rich. But I just want you to see what the plan is. This is their plan. This is who Trump is partnering with to supposedly give you all these wealth and riches. Let's listen some more.
Now, the amazing thing about human robotics is not just the fact that if it worked, it could be quite versatile. It is likely the only robot that is likely to work. And the reason for that is because technology needs scale. Most of the robotic systems we've had so far are too low volume. And those low volume systems will never achieve the technology scale to get the flywheel going far enough, fast enough, so that we're willing to dedicate enough technology into it to make it better. But human or robot, it is likely to be the next multi-trillion-dollar industry.
Okay, so likely multi-trillion-dollar industry. Again, these are the people partnering with Trump. And I just want to make it really clear. This is Elon Musk tweeting out Jensen Huang's message. Even Sam Altman, he's the OpenAI dude. He's like, if you question them, like, you must be an idiot, right? Sam Altman says, calls critics of Trump's AI deals with Gulf nations naive. So if you guys don't understand what Trump is doing, partnering with the tech bros, you must be naive. And this is the reality, guys. I get it. I make jokes about this stuff, but I get it. If you watch YouTube, it's filled with a bunch of young dudes who worship the tech bros, and they say, wow, tech bros must know everything. They're so smart. And all I have to do is just show you what they say. And I just want you guys in our community to tell me your opinions on this stuff, because I think for us elder folks who have essentially seen the song and dance before, who've seen the, you could call it the P.T. Barnum, you could call it the circus clowns who come out and, pitch you all this stuff. It reminds me of the Segway. If you guys remember the Segway thing, that's that like little wheeled thing that you're supposed to stand on, and I guess that's going to revolutionize transportation, and that was all the hype. Humanoid robots, I guess, right now is the hype, and if you want to get that sweet investments from Trump as they bring in all this Wall Street money, I guess that's what we're pumping up these days. But I just want to point out what it is. OpenAI CEO, this is what Sam Altman says. He says, quote, "This was extremely smart for you all to do, and I'm sorry naive people are giving you grief." So I guess that's on Trump's trip to the Middle East. So we're all naive if we don't understand the genius of all this AI and humanoid robots. This is now also, because I want you to see that everyone's in on this, I guess. Microsoft, the CEO, and Elon Musk is here also. What are they saying?
The Windows and the kinds of things you build?
Yeah, well, actually it started before Windows with...
And I just want to point this out. It was interesting when they introduced Elon Musk. This is like some sort of Microsoft developer conference thing. they introduced Elon Musk as being an ex-AI person, which I thought was interesting. So I think, in my opinion, this is signaling that Elon Musk is kind of moving away from Tesla and more off to do other things. But we've known that for a while. I just want to point that out. That's how they're titling him.
DOS. I had one of the early IBM PCs with MS-DOS.
And they're talking about, PCs and stuff like that. Elon Musk is also tweeting out that the Associated Press, so if you call basically people who call out their BS, I guess it's all propaganda. That's according to Elon Musk. And again, I just have to show you what they say. And I want to get your guys' opinions in the comments as well, because honestly, guys, I told you before, YouTube is filled with a bunch of people who worship the tech bros. But again, this is their plan. Their plan is we're going to take all this money, we're supposedly going to build this AI and robots, and then suddenly I guess you're all going to be rich. And if you understand what we're talking about here, remember the AI and the robots is designed to replace you. And it's ironic because I've said this for a long time during even the election. If you guys follow my channel, you'll know this. Is I remember Trump is promising you all of your factory jobs back, but yet he's partnering with people who are literally saying, "Oh, well, you don't have enough factory workers." Like that part is a bit of a contradiction when you have all these people saying they want their factory jobs, I guess, according to Trump, and then they're going to replace you with AI and robots. However, not everyone is necessarily on board the Elon Musk and Tesla train. This says billionaire fund manager unloads 600 million of Tesla stock. We also have this. Then these are two different fund managers. I want to make this clear. That was one that was unloading. This is another one. Tesla stock. Ross Gerber says he'll keep dumping TSLA amid latest rally. The reason he gives is full self-driving doesn't work. That's basically Elon Musk's robot car stuff. People aren't buying Teslas. That's number 2 reason. And number 3 reason, Tesla faces competition, stiff competition, in fact. I think when you put this stuff together, and I want you to understand how the NVIDIA CEO, Tesla CEO, or Elon Musk, however you want to call these people, or even Microsoft, how they all kind of have the same interests, is remember that their goal is to always convince you that there's going to be growth forever. Right? That there's infinite growth in a finite world. And if their companies, make chips and they make cars and stuff like that, they have to convince you that everyone's going to buy their cars forever. And we're all going to need a new car and a new chip and a new whatever every single year. That's their goal. They're salespeople. And it's a very different than, just your average Joe on the streets point of view of like, just tell me the truth. Don't always be, selling me something. And I understand it, guys. I totally get it. Because if you turn on any sort of people on TV and they all work on Wall Street and they just tell you, oh yes, the future is going to be AI and in crypto and humanoid robots, this kind of stuff. That's what they're promising you. I want to make this clear though. Not everyone necessarily buys into it. Warren Buffett, right? He doesn't buy into this stuff. He doesn't invest in this stuff. And it is a massive bubble, in my opinion. Because I literally can just see what they say. Let's watch a little bit more and you'll get a sense of it as well.
No, it's wonderful. I mean, even the last time I chatted with you, you were talking all about everything, the intricacies of Active Directory. And so it's fantastic to have you at our developer conference. Obviously, the exciting thing for us is to be able to launch Grok on Azure. I know you have a deep vision for what AI...
That was kind of the big news today also, is essentially Elon Musk is partnering with Microsoft. So I guess if you're on Azure, and I'm not sure if Microsoft Teams is going to integrate Elon Musk technology, but that's what's up. And Elon Musk is smiling, of course. And how long will this go? That's just the question I'm talking about here, is because, if you look at Elon Musk's last sort of product launch, the big Cybertruck thing, you guys remember this. Now I guess they're accepting trade-ins on this thing. And before, Elon Musk was bragging that they had 1 million pre-orders or reservations. If I remember correctly, to make a reservation on the Cybertruck, you just had to put it down like $100. It was like it wasn't much. So anyone in their brothers and sisters could easily do that. But they only ended up selling 40,000 of said things, meaning that their over the top reservation numbers didn't come nearly into what reality set in. Right. And this is, in my opinion, again, what I think is going to happen with the AI and the robot stuff. All this wonderful investments and all these, great promises of what was it, $50 trillion markets for, robots and stuff like that. I don't think it necessarily is going to come to play because, the big problem is that, there's many problems with this, but one is, okay, so if we replace all of the people, with robots and AI and stuff like that, what are the people going to do? And if we replace all the people, where's all of the, tax revenues going to go to sort of keep our system going, right? Because you're not going to be paying taxes anymore. And so you're not going to have a job either. The system doesn't make sense to me, to be perfectly frank. If we place everyone in robots, like how do we function? I guess according to Elon Musk, and I've showed you guys before on the channel, the sort of message that he puts off or puts out there is a better way to say it, is like, we're going to have, unlimited production and unlimited wealth. He's the word unlimited quite a bit. And I know for people who are fans of Musk, their sort of point of view is like, wow, my dream is just to lay on the couch all day, play video games, and have all the robots do the work for me. That's literally the world. And I understand, maybe, I don't know, 2,000 years in the future, we'll have that sort of world, I guess. But, is it going to happen anytime soon? We're all going to be laying on our couches getting rich while the robots do all the work. I mean, we're still a long ways away from that. And, remember, though, Elon Musk and his bros are all salespeople out to get your money effectively by telling you all these hopes and dreams. So let's watch some more. You can see.
It's trying to reason from first principles, so apply kind of the tools of physics to thinking. If you're trying to get to fundamental truths, you boil things down to the axiomatic elements that are most likely to be correct.
Basically, he talks like that all the time. It's just a bunch of sort of like dorm roomy stuff that's supposed to sound smart. And if you're not an engineer and if you don't have critical thinking skills, you just think, wow, Elon's rich. Even though I don't understand a word that he's saying, he must be awesome. But the point is, though, is actually the stuff that he says doesn't make a lot of sense. None of this stuff does. It's like, and you have to remember the people who are the biggest supporters of Elon Musk are, say, politicians or people on Wall Street who are, into the finance part of it. And what's the finance, person's job is to make money. And they make money by selling you hopes and dreams, right? And hey, if people believe in Elon, I guess why not? This is another article here. Microsoft's partnership with Elon Musk Grok AI isn't a feature, it's a liability. Basically, though, is if you guys know, he was promoting a bunch of basically Nazi kind of stuff and on his platform. And then his Grok AI, no matter what you would ask it, it would start talking about how white people are being persecuted in South Africa. For real. And Elon Musk claims it was a rogue employee who caused that thing. On top of that, this was a really interesting one, which we've kind of known before, but it's always good to, get other people's opinions on this stuff. I'll read the headline here, just coming out May 19th, 2025. Ex-FBI agent, Elon Musk's drug habit made him an easy target for Russian spies. And the quote is here, Musk's susceptibility to promiscuous women and drug use, in particular ketamine, and his gravitation towards club life would have been seen by Russian intelligence service as an easy point for an operative to be sent in after studying their psychological profile and find a way to bump into them and quickly brought into their inner circle. So basically, Musk is vulnerable to all kinds of foreign influences. We've known this stuff already, but I just wanted to say that there's another person calling it out because there's a lot of worries with this stuff. For me, this whole thing is pretty obvious that these guys are full of hot air. But to a lot of people, they fall for it, right? They just think, wow, Musk is just so awesome. But again, just listen to the word for yourself.
In physics, if you violate conservation of energy or momentum, then you're either going to get a Nobel Prize or you're wrong, and you're certainly wrong, basically. So the best really the focus of Grok 3.5 is sort of fundamentals of physics and applying physics tools across all lines of reasoning, and to aspire to truth with minimal error. Like there's always going to be some mistakes that are made, but aim to.
And it's just laughable. The dude who spreads the most information out there in the world is like talking about, oh yeah, we're developing this AI, built on truth. Like if you guys understand the clear contradiction and stuff, it's just laughable. And it's sad and laughable at the same time. I mean, I'll just be frank with you because I just have to make it so clear as I possibly can. This is who Trump is partnering with so that you all have supposed jobs. But remember, what they're doing is they're building factories in AI to replace you with a bunch of robots. Here's some more.
Cracking the physics of intelligence is perhaps the real goal for us to be able to use AI at scale. And so it's so good to take that first principles approach that you and your team are taking.
You're using AI at scale, right? Replacing everyone. That's what we're talking about here. And I I wish more people would call it out. I think instead, you just have, well, this is just a reality. I mean, the big money supports this stuff, and the big money's out there giving these messages, hey, we're all going to be rich with AI. But like, AI's purpose then would be to replace you. I'm not making stuff up, be it, your customer service jobs, be it, whatever sort of job that I guess, requires coding or processing or any kind of, number sets or whatever. There's any number of, use purposes, I guess, writing, I guess, theoretically. They're going to come up with all these things, or driving, in the example of Elon Musk, and if you don't know, like, I'll just give you an example of driving. Let's just pretend, give them benefit of doubt. Let's say the AI stuff works. So that means every driver in the world loses their job, basically, right? And there's lots of different drivers out there, be it delivery drivers, be it taxi drivers, be it, people, and I'm not trying to say cars, let's say people who fly planes or, sail boats, drive boats, etc. Any number of transportation or trains. It just that their world is it's designed to replace you. I don't know how else to state it. And it just makes me feel sad that the biggest supporters of this stuff are the people who are going to get replaced first, is what I feel like. Even if the stuff works, which I don't think it does to the extent that they are promising you. Let's listen to more here.
It's incredibly important for an AI model to be grounded in reality. Reality, I was saying, which is like physics is the law and everything else is a recommendation. Which is, I'm not suggesting people break the laws made by
Okay,
humans.
so that's Elon Musk talking about reality, but I want to hear what your reality is. What do you think about this whole thing that we've been talking about? What do you think about the tech bros, what they're saying, and what do you think about Trump's partnership with them? I do appreciate your time, and I'll catch you on the next video.